Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Trent. This is Rams Talk. Thank you for tuning in to another edition. This is kind of the midweek blitz. I'm not going to give you a full breakdown of the Bills game, but I'm just going to give you some leftover tidbits and general thoughts coming out of week 2 and the victory over the Eagles. Now, I just want to thank everyone for subscribing and for all the comments. My last video, since I put it out there, it was like the best video I've ever done. More subscribers than ever. Like over 200 comments, over 200 likes, and it's all really awesome. Like it's just so crazy for me because I've had this channel for like a couple of years and really started attacking it 4 months ago and getting back on the grid with it. And I'm really happy to connect with all of these Rams fans out there. So if you found me from Reddit or Facebook or Twitter, because I also post these episodes there, thank you so much for coming over to YouTube. I really, really appreciate that. I also have Instagram at LA Rams Talk, and like I said, Twitter, Real LA Rams Talk, and I also started a TikTok, LA Rams Talk. You can find me on TikTok. So I'm going to start programming more like little mini bite-sized nuggets to Instagram and to TikTok, just like videos of me talking like minute long, just to get out little pieces, because those are easier things for me to just record and post, whereas these things take a little more time. And I mean, with the exporting and the editing and stuff like that, it's almost like a full day deal. So anyways, I just wanted to get that housekeeping out of the way. But if you're finding me for the first time, I'm happy you are. Everyone, turn on your notifications so you get these videos right when I drop them. If you're seeing me for the first time, please subscribe. Like I said, everyone that has come to the channel in the last couple of days and even weeks, it's really been awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, because to be honest with you, like, I'm a Rams fan from back in the day, ever since I can remember, back in LA original. And when they moved to St. Louis, you had Greatest Show, you had Crap with like Lawrence Phillips and Tony Banks, and then you have Greatest Show on Turf, and then it goes back to Crap. And I remember sitting at work, going into the St. Louis Post-Dispatch and just reading what Jim Thomas was saying, because that was the only source of news. There weren't any other Rams fans I felt like I knew or connected with. And so I really pretty much started this channel because, first of all, my wife was tired of hearing me talk about sports all day, but I just felt it was a great way for me, is a great outlet, and it was a great way for me to connect with other Rams fans. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And, as I said in my last video, you search on YouTube and there's really nothing out there that is for the Rams fans except for the Rams official channel. And everything you see is about, when it's a Rams thing, it's a breakdown of the game, but it's a focus on the other team. Now, I will say, and I've ripped Mike Florio, and he kind of came back and said, yeah, I was wrong about the Rams, but then he like switched gears to talk about something else, because he just, there's a deep-seated thing with Mike Florio and the Rams. But anyways, I'll tell you, there are a couple guys out there that have been giving the Rams props. One, Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd, he's been on the Rams wagon for a while. He's a big Sean McVay fan, so props to Colin Cowherd. I mean, take, grain of salt with that. Then you have Peter Schrager, Good Morning Football. He's always pretty on it with the Rams. And then even Ryan Clark. And the thing that upsets me the most is lazy reporting, lazy analysis. Like, people just going, well, they lost Brandon Cooks and Todd Gurley, so they're worse this year, right? But that, like, no one's looking into any of the things that matter. No one's really actually analyzing this stuff. So you get a few people, like you get the Athletic writer, Jordan Rodriguez, you get Sosa from Locked On Rams. So you get a handful of people, but I'm trying to like basically bring all that together and give it to everyone. So yeah, so this is 4 minutes in and I'm just kind of talking about all this other stuff. But one other thing, I'm going to do a live stream. So far I'm planning to do a live stream today for you guys. Today, 2:30 Pacific time. And it's going to be with the Buffalo Bills guy, the Real Dan Mitchell on YouTube. Find Real Dan Mitchell. He's a good guy. So I'm part of this thing called the Fan to Fan Network, and it's basically people like me, all the different creators, YouTube creators for all the different teams, and we get together. There's a website, fandofan.com. There's a YouTube channel. We go live pregame on Sundays, pregame on Thursday night before the Thursday night game, and we pretty much do our head-to-head little battles. So Rams versus Eagles guy, or myself versus Eagle guy, myself versus Cowboys guy. And so we're going to do a preview on his channel tonight of a live stream. So it's a good, if you hop on over, Real Dan Mitchell 2:30, I'll give you some updates in the community thread on your homepage and your feed as you get that. One other thing I want to ask is, I'm thinking of doing live streams on the game day. Now, it's kind of tight for me pre-game, but how would you all feel about having a live stream immediately after the game is over for about an hour? So let me know, give me a thumbs up, or just tell me what you think about that. And it's a way we can all get in there and just start talking about the reaction of the game, right? Because we know we're not going to get it from ESPN and the first takes and all this crap that we're searching for, so it's a good way for us to express. Okay, so that is it. But like I said, like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Welcome to the community. Now, one thing I didn't know last time, I said, so there's fly, Eagles fly. What do we have for Rams? And a couple people have said Ram, Rams, Ram. So, I mean, I don't think that's going to catch on, but just want to give a shout out to those people who thought Ram, Rams, Ram. So there you go. So yeah, let's just go over the injuries right now. So we have Cam Akers, as you know, with a separated cartilage. I mean, that just sounds just like painful and gross, right? Separated cartilage. So he's day-to-day, but to be honest with you, if I'm the Rams, unless he's like really good to go, you put a shot in there and you just, jolted like Pulp Fiction, just sit him, and let's go Hendo, and let's go Brown. Brown also has a broken pinky finger. It's crazy you can break a finger, even if it's a pinky, and like go and play NFL football the next week. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't remember which hand, if it's his non-carrying hand. But anyways, so he's injured with the pinky, but he's expected to play. So I say sit Cam, let Hendo and Brown do it. Done deal. Note boom. He has a second grade a grade 2 calf strain, and that's usually a 3 to 6 week deal. So I think what the Rams are waiting to do is after this week, Terrell Lewis will become eligible to play after coming off the NFI list or the injury list, the IR list, because you can do a 3-game designation, and they probably will just swap them. So they bring Terrell Lewis back on, and they put Nobum on the 3-game injury list. So I think that's kind of what they're waiting to do, because if it's a 3 to 6 weeker, might as well have him sit for 4 weeks, because I feel actually really good with David Edwards. Joe Noteboom is the lowest graded offensive lineman on the team, 67th overall according to Pro Football Focus among guards, which is, and I'm going to get to those grades in a sec, which is not good, but I don't think he's been terrible. It's weird because I've watched the game a couple times, even the All-22, and he doesn't look terrible to me. So I think it's primarily in the running game. He's not a mauler. He's more of like a finesse or a pass block, just keeping someone extended. But in terms of like opposing will, I don't think he's that guy. So maybe his career is at a different position on the offensive line. And when I say that, I mean tackle. So I feel like David Edwards can come in right now. And if David Edwards can be better than ranked 67, if he could be top 30, then that would be amazing. And then the Rams offensive line so far would be back. So anyways, let's go straight. Oh, one last thing. Darius Williams has Achilles tendonitis, so this is something where he's not going to practice much during the week, but he's expected to play. We need him. He is our best rated cornerback. However, I mean, we all know Jalen Ramsey is the best cornerback. So snap counts. So on offense, there were 69 total snaps. Higbee, Woods, and Kupp all had 59. So that's the new three amigos, right? Those three guys, they were in almost every offensive snap. I mean, 10 fewer, but what are you going to do? Gerald Everett only had 30 snaps, so compare that to Higbee, 59 to 30. He pretty much had twice as many snaps. Then you go Reynolds versus Van Jefferson. Reynolds had 42 snaps. Van Jefferson had 26. However, Van Jefferson had arguably bigger plays. He had a couple third down conversions. He looked fluid out there. So even though Reynolds outsnapped Van Jefferson for the second consecutive week, Van Jefferson had the bigger plays. So I expect that to continue. Brown, 37 carries or snaps versus Henderson's 29. I expect that to flip-flop just because Brown's injury and Henderson seems to be healthy and recover from the hamstring. He played well last week, so I think Henderson will be the lead back in this game and be spelled by Malcolm Brown, and who knows what they do with Akers. And then David Edwards had 29 sacks. Now moving over, or 29 snaps, which will get him, that's good. He gets in the flow at left guard moving forward. And they're not going to change him to right guard and Corbett back because you just keep that continuity. You don't want to keep switching guys. Corbett's used to right guard, so leave Edwards at left guard and keep going. Now snap counts on the defense, there were 71 total snaps. The guys who played every snap, Micah Kiser, John Johnson, Jordan Fuller, Troy Hill, Jalen Ramsey. All those guys played every snap of the game. Jordan Fuller, he has 17 tackles in his first 2 games. And that's the third most for a safety through his first 2 career games. Good, just good omen. We all know Jordan Fuller's doing well. Now, he had 71 snaps. Taylor Rapp 17. That's kind of a big deal. It's a big storyline. So I don't think this is so much an indictment of Taylor Rapp not playing well. I think this is he got injured. Jordan Fuller comes in during training camp and just takes it. He just took it. He drank Taylor Rapp's milkshake. So, but that's great because Taylor Rapp, who knows how healthy he is even. He's playing still a lot on special teams with Obo and Terrell Burgess. Terrell Burgess, 0 snaps on the defensive side of the ball for the second consecutive game. So that's very interesting. Everyone thought Terrell Burgess was going to get that nickel. Between him and David Long, we're going to get that nickel. That's not the case. So Jordan Fuller is actually, he just has played better. And Taylor Rapp is still a really good player, but, it's just a sign of the depth, if anything. That's what I take away from it. The other thing I want to talk about is Micah Kiser. Micah Kiser, a lot of people are saying, he missed some tackles, he's not great in this, and he's the X-rated that. Micah Kiser, in his second career game, he's only played 2 pro regular season games in his career, is 4th in the NFL in tackles. So when you have a linebacker, what is the barometer? Tackles. He's 4th in the NFL in tackles, Micah Kiser, right? So another little point about Micah Kiser is, he, according to Pro Football Focus, he is the 18th rated linebacker against the run. Okay? So, yeah, he missed some tackles in week 1, first game, no preseason. Okay? I think we're trying to find things wrong with the Rams after they've won 2 games. It looked really good. Held their opponents under 20 points both times. So, yeah, there's going to be things that can clean up. And, yeah, everyone can play better. People are getting on Troy Hill's case and everyone's case. Troy Hill, it's like no opposing wide receiver or a quarterback for Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz have not thrown a touchdown against the Rams. The receivers, the tight ends did not catch a touchdown. The cornerbacks are doing pretty good. Troy Hill's doing pretty good. Troy Hill's learning a nickel. Never played there before. Nickel's tough. And nickel's going to be the new premium position in the secondary because how many good slot receivers are there? Juju Smith-Schuster, Cooper Kupp. The Bills, I think, are playing Cole Beasley out of the nickel. The nickel is not just guarding your guy that's lining up in the slot. It's covering the slot. There's so much traffic in the middle of the field. Let's all give Troy Hill a break, right? I don't think he played amazing, but he's learning a new position. He's holding it down. No one scored a touchdown on Troy Hill or Fuller or Ramsey or Darius Williams or anyone. It's all a bit, Zeke caught a touchdown, but that was ugly. That was ugly. So anyways, moving on. Leonard Floyd did 62 snaps. Now on the other side, the outside linebackers, Ebukam had 38 snaps. Obo had 20. And Justin Hans had 8. So that's interesting, Floyd is getting plenty, almost full reps at one end, and then you have Ebukam, Obo, and Polite only had 1, but then Hollins has 8. So a little bit more of a rotation on that side. And, the Rams defense isn't, they're not getting a lot of pressure, but, they are containing. And I'm going to get to that in a second. David Long had 6 snaps on the defensive side. Now here's an interesting thing. Morgan Fox, for the second game in a row, has more snaps than Sebastian Joseph Day, 29-21. So Morgan Fox, kind of an under-the-radar guy. And I know a lot of people have been ripping Troy Reader in the past, but I really haven't seen Troy Reader, so you guys should be happy about that. Now, a couple other interesting tidbits here. The Rams offense being, I've talked about yards after the catch, what makes Robert Woods so good, but they are 4th in missed tackles forced with 12 against the Eagles. So that last week they were 4th. So basically they broke more tackles and they were 4th in the league in breaking tackles as an offense. So they're really good after the catch. We all knew it, but there's data right there. They are 9th in the offensive line, 9th in total pressures allowed with 11. So out of 32 teams, they were in the top 10 in fewest pressures allowed. Take it. We all know the offensive line is playing well. I mean, this is because Goff is getting the ball out, but there you go. And then in terms of 12 versus 11%, this is, I think, a very interesting tidbit, is that they're in the top 10 in 12 personnel and running 11 personnel. So before it was like they were just so skewed, they were so top heavy in 11 personnel, but they run the 72% of that last week's game was in 11 and 28% of the game was in 12. So they ranked 8th in 11th personnel usage. They ranked 9th in 12th personnel usage. So top 10 in both. So defenses, they can't just really sit on one personnel. Like, okay, they're only rolling out 3, 1 and 1. Now, so they have to always be kind of accounting for this 12 personnel usage that the Rams are doing. So just another little shift in the dynamic there. And the Rams defensive rank, this is where I was talking about, they in bending, not breaking, really not letting the big plays happen. Their defense ranks 7th best in average yards per play allowed at 5.3. So they give up 5.3 yards per play, which is 7th best in the NFL. No big plays. Now, if we are going to the Pro Football Focus grades, Whitworth is just the man, right? He's number 1 rated tackle after 2 games. Awesome. I mean, but we know we're not worried about him. But last year it seemed like he started out slow. There were penalties. He just wasn't big wit last year, but this year he's like dialed in and it's great. Havenstein's 15th. Take it. I'll take Havenstein at 15 all day, because you think about it, there are 64 tackles, really, like starting tackles. I mean, there are more because they rotate guys in, but if you're 2 guys in the top 15, take it. Take it all day. Corbett is 15th for guards. Great. I'll take that all day. Nope, boom. Sad face, 67, but we'll see if Edwards, like I said, can get up. Blythe 9th among centers. I mean, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in the top 15 at their position. So I said before the season, if the Rams can, instead of being the 31st rated offensive line, just get down to league average 15, that's a major, major upgrade. So it looks like so far they're there, but it's all about the offense and getting the ball out, and they're not having to block as long. Yada, yada, yada. Jared Goff is the 4th highest rated quarterback in Pro Football Focus. It makes sense. He's playing great. Higbee's the 6th highest rated tight end. John Johnson, 13th highest rated safety. Jordan Fuller, 35th. But, eye test on that one. But still, if you have 2 safeties so that's 64. So they have 2 guys in the top 35. Darius Williams, our highest rated cornerback, 11. Jalen Ramsey, 14. Troy Hill, 71st. But I think, what was it? Jalen Ramsey, there were only 2 targets last week, and guys he was guarding didn't catch a pass. I mean, that was Jalen Ramsey. But Darius Williams, man, love this guy. But he's 11th. Then they're going to have a test cut out for them against Buffalo with all those guys. Kaiser, like I said, 18th against the run, better than Demario Davis. Kenny Young's 19th against the pass. So basically the Rams linebackers are like one guy's run stopper, one guy's a coverage guy. And that's what they have. No big deal. Leonard Floyd, 61st overall. But guess who's 81st overall? Chandler Jones. So, I mean, kind of weird, right? But Leonard Floyd needs to take it up a notch. And Samson Ebukam, pretty interesting. He is the 7th highest rated outside linebacker in coverage. 7th. So, I mean, it shows that he's doing a good job covering running backs and tight ends and stuff like that. Now, one last thing I want to talk about is who we have and who we don't have. We don't have Brandon Cooks and we don't have Todd Gurley. So right now, if you look at receivers in the National Football League by receiving yards, Kupp is 34th, Woods 36th, Brandon Cooks is 40th. So there you go. If you want to talk about rushing, In rushing yards, Malcolm Brown is 17th. Todd Gurley is 22nd. And Todd Gurley has 35 attempts and Malcolm Brown has 29. So more yards, fewer carries than Todd Gurley for a 4.3 average. And Todd Gurley has a 3.3 yards per carry average. So looks like letting Cooks and Gurley go was the right call despite the money that they're eating. But if you look at the contracts they're giving out, they don't care about money. Anyways, make it rain. Anyways, I wanted this to be a short edition, but we're at 20 minutes, so that's it. I want to thank everyone so much for jumping on board, for saying hi, leaving a comment. Let me know what you think. I try to get to all the comments, so leave a comment. Live stream tonight or today, so stay tuned for that. Post-game live stream on Sunday. Gonna drop the Bills-Rams preview tomorrow, Thursday. So a lot of stuff coming your way. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. And as always, go Rams.